Is your next pair of earbuds going to be an around the neck design? Let's find out. Dave Taylor here, and this time I'm looking at the LG Tone Active Plus. That's these guys, and these are what they call around the neck earbuds. It's kind of an interesting design because it takes all the Bluetooth circuitry and everything and puts them into a unit that sits around your neck so that you don't have the weight dragging on your ears and you don't have to clip anything to your clothes. So easy enough, you put it around your neck and then you pull out the earbuds and just put them in your ears and you're ready to roll. Now, turns out that these have lots of controls on the sides, which some people might find a little bit weird. You just give it a pull and they go right back in. But it has lots of really cool features. LG's really looked at this space and really said, what can we do that's interesting and different? So these have a built-in fitness monitor. They have dual microphones for phone calls. And that is a bit of a mixed blessing. We'll come back to that. And they are IP4 water resistant, so there's no dust resistance measurement at all. It's just a level 4, which means if you get caught in the rain, you still want to get these covered up pretty quickly. They're not going to last, and these are definitely not for swimming. Do not try these for swimming. It will not end well. They're running Bluetooth 4.2 and they have aptX and aptX HD, which is great if you have an Android phone that includes aptX. iPhones are not part of that club, unfortunately. iPhones use AAC, and this is not an AAC-friendly device, so you get just regular audio quality as opposed to the sort of greater sound of the aptX. What's interesting is it also has these little external stereo speakers that you can switch on. Not a big fan of that, but it does make for an interesting alternative because then you can do this and you can have some music playing while you're gardening or something without having to have anything in your ears at all. Now, the reason I don't like that is because it's just sort of like the next, 3 or 4 generations into a boombox. And if I'm listening to music, unless it's on my stereo, I don't really want everyone else to have to hear it. So you might find your views are different and you might find that interesting or enjoyable. Bluetooth 4.2, I think I already mentioned that. And takes less than 2 hours to charge, runs 13 hours talk, 12 hours music, 17 days of standby. So certainly all the electrical characteristics are terrific. It comes in black and gray, blue and black, which is this one, and silver. And let me just give you a quick close-up because there's a lot of controls. On one side you can turn on and off HD. I wouldn't recommend turning it on unless you have an aptX HD compatible source for the Bluetooth audio. And then it has volume up and down, it has pause and play, and then on the other side you have the ability to engage the Bluetooth pairing, and you can see there's just a lot of things going on. It charges via micro USB, and not much else to tell you about them. I'm not a huge fan, actually. I don't like the design overall. I don't like the around the neck design that much. Just not my thing so much. And they definitely have the same issue that a lot of these devices do, which is that they're just very treble heavy. So there's not a lot of soundstage. It's not like you're in the middle of the concert. It's just a very high sound, not much bass, not much lows going on. Now it does come with a couple of different size earbuds, so you can monkey around a little bit and try to get a better fit, but that's not going to take you from here to here and have it sound fantastic. So I guess that's also expectations. If you're going for a run and you want to have some earbuds, these are an excellent choice, especially with the fitness monitoring. And maybe at that point you're not really expecting it to sound fantastic, just enough to distract you. And these definitely are distracting. No, that's probably not what I want to say. They're definitely quite competent in that regard. Before I tell you the price, let me ask real quick if you can click on the subscribe button. I would love to be able to have a longer term relationship with you, just like I have a long-term relationship with these LG Tone Active Plus, also known as the HBS A100, in case you're not sure which is which. Okay, cool. So, price. These will run you, the LG Tone Active Plus with fitness monitor, dual microphones and everything, will run you $129.99 at Amazon.com. And before I'm done, let me just say one more thing. I mentioned it earlier, is if you're using this for a phone call and you have your stuff like this and the microphones are built into the bass unit, you can imagine if it's cold weather and you have more layers on, you can end up covering up the microphones. And so one of the complaints people have about this particular unit is that when you're using it for phone calls, you can end up sounding muffled because people suddenly can't hear you. Now, arguably, that's a problem with any microphone that's not like right by your mouth, but it's worth noting here that this is a design, as is all the around the neck designs, that is sort of susceptible to you having something like this and then not being able to hear quite so well. So that's it, the LG Tone Active Plus. This is Dave Taylor, and I will catch you in my next video.